They weren't fighting. There was no screaming. No neighbors called police. But behind closed doors, fear was growing quietly. And fear doesn't always make people run. Sometimes it makes them do something they believe they have to do. They married quickly. Friends described them as private, almost guarded. The husband was steady, practical, routine-oriented. The wife was emotionally dependent, anxious, and deeply afraid of loss. In the first year of marriage, something changed. The wife became convinced that the marriage could end. Secrets from her past might surface. Her new life could collapse. This fear wasn't dramatic, it was internal. And internal fear is harder to detect. Investigators later identified several psychological patterns. Catastrophic thinking, believing one problem will destroy everything. Fear-based attachment, equating abandonment with survival threat. Externalization of blame, shifting responsibility to circumstances or others instead of thinking, I need help. The thought became, if this ends, I lose everything. I can't let that happen. Fear began to justify control. On the night the husband died, there were no signs of intrusion, no forced entry, no theft, no struggle throughout the house. Investigators found the home undisturbed, personal items untouched, no indication of an outside threat. This told police one thing immediately. Whoever was involved was trusted, and in a newly married home, trust narrows the field quickly. Digital evidence showed the wife was inside the home at the time. Her phone activity placed her there continuously. No evidence supported her claim that she had stepped out. Her initial statement suggested uncertainty, but data doesn't hesitate. She was present, not nearby, not asleep elsewhere, inside. That shifted the case from what happened to why. As questioning continued, investigators noticed something important. Her story didn't unravel through lies. It unraveled through fear responses. She over-explained small details, changed timelines slightly, blamed stress, exhaustion, and panic. Psychologists call this anxiety-driven narrative drift. When fear causes a person to keep adjusting a story to feel safer. Ironically, the adjustments made things worse. Because fear doesn't produce clarity, it produces noise. Based on evidence and later admissions, investigators concluded a private confrontation occurred inside the home. The wife believed the marriage and her future was about to collapse. Fear escalated into a decisive act. The husband died during that confrontation. First, she poisoned the cake. Later, she slit his throat with a kitchen knife. This was not premeditated violence. It was panic transformed into action, a moment where fear replaced judgment. She wasn't caught because she planned badly. She was caught because fear is inconsistent. Investigators compared her first statement, her second explanation, her third clarification. Each version tried to reduce anxiety, but increase suspicion. The turning point came when physical evidence contradicted her revised timeline. Digital data removed uncertainty. Her blame shifted from herself to stress to the victim. That pattern sealed the case. Experts later described the mindset using key terms: fear-based cognition, decisions made to escape perceived threat, attachment panic, loss equated with identity collapse, defensive blame shifting, guilt redirected to survive emotionally. She didn't act out of hate, she acted out of terror of loss. New marriages are built on hope, but when fear replaces trust, love becomes fragile. This case reminds investigators of one truth. Fear doesn't always make people flee. Sometimes it convinces them there's no way out except forward.